organization, a lot of you know, I'm the only one on staff, and so, and I have all these volunteers, and so sometimes it's very difficult to transition from the management mode to the leadership mode. And these past 2 days have been very instrumental in showing me how to do that. I mean, I have a strategy already for when I get back in the next 2 days to pull the volunteers in and assign them various tasks that will engage them in from a different perspective. I think the other thing that was a great takeaway was when Dr. Sias, I believe that's how you say your name, talked about assigning yourself. And that was very, very significant for me, not just for work, but identifying solutions in places, you know, that my life touches every day. And I think the other thing was yesterday when we heard about, she said, not so much focusing on developing your weaknesses, but honing in on your strengths. And that's a paradigm shift for a lot of us, even the way that I raise my children. And so this has been quite transformational for me, and so I appreciate it.
I just want to say that it's been great to be a part of this program. I went through Leadership Texas in '08, and that was a phenomenal experience. The networking, I think that has really been important for me, and at the state level and now at the national level, to establish these relationships. That's my goal, is to move forward with that and look forward to the next 2 sessions to build on those. But I think for me, it's the to get motivated again, the inspiration that I get from you all, and then from the speakers, from the different experts in their fields, and it's very exciting for me to sit there and to say, okay, what do I want to do in the next phase of my life, career-wise, personal-wise, and so these are just tools. I'm just absorbing as much as I can, and to use them to help me make that, to move forward. So thank you all. It's been great.
I would say some remarkable moments for me personally was meeting Gwen. Financials for the organizations, I do well. Financials for myself, I'm challenged. And so her story was inspiring, and I need to do some things differently. And I'll be looking for resources to help me do that. The communication piece was pretty inspiring for me. That's a place where I struggle in front of large crowds. One-on-one, I'm pretty good, but large crowds scare me. So I'll be doing some work around there as well. And just the overall program, I'm happy to have the opportunity to come here and meet you all, and hope to stay in touch with you. And I look forward to seeing you in Portland, in Oregon, and beyond.
I, like everyone else, appreciated the program that's been put together. I think it was phenomenal, and all of the pieces really, I think, will help to develop better leaders. But one of the things I think is important for me is not just leading others, but really thinking about self-leadership. Because I think in order to be able to lead others, you have to be in a place where you understand so many different things and so many elements, and there's so many dynamics to leadership that I think mastering that art of self-leadership is my greatest takeaway.
Communication was obviously a great piece of the agenda, and I too, on the communication line, I have a tendency to be a little brief or too short and not maybe fully explain things. And so sometimes I think I need to add a little bit more and explain the whys and add a story or two. And so that's my great first takeaway. And then I think it was Hattie we talked about on the first day, but sometimes we get in, or I get in the habit of, someone called it whining. It's more venting. I have a couple, cohorts I'm always like, can you believe? And so instead of wasting that negative time and energy, transitioning that, just moving past it and getting on with things that need to be taken care of. So yeah, been a great group of gals, a very diverse group, and so great fun to get to know you guys. So
sometimes as a leader, we do get caught up in always being the teacher, and all people are always following us and listening to us. And so I learned this whole class, and I'm going to call it a class because I've been saying conferences, seminars, those all are boring words. We were in class, and I appreciate it so much because knowledge is so powerful, and I have learned so much. I have learned I don't know anything, so I got to start over, but it's okay. Personally, I would like to say I appreciate appreciate meeting all of you. And the reason is because I need to be deprogrammed. Technical wise, I would send you an email. I would answer a text, but I won't answer your phone call. So I'm going to start now because I was forced to do this, be in a room with a bunch of great people, and I'm forced to personally talk, personally be around, and, you know, just express a whole lot of different things. So I'm getting better. So 2 things I got to do is become deprogrammed and reflect. Thank everybody, and I will be in touch.
I would always say that the takeaway, at least for me, was the communication piece. So I guess I'm going to piggyback on that. I surely utilize communication quite readily in my line of work, and the value of it, I can't really speak to it. It's surely invaluable in so many regards. But what I will say, in meeting all of you, as we laugh and as we joke, I have really come away with the fact that my network is my net worth. So I really need to do a better job in tapping into my network. Oftentimes, I'm pretty modest in what I do and what I'm able to do, and I really don't give it the life that it deserves to say, well, hey, you know, I can really do that, or I can really, you know, help you out with that, or, you know, I kind of downplay some of the things that I'm involved in, and I think I need to do a better job of saying, hey, I'm the person for that job. So that's my takeaway, and thank you so much.
And the thing that I want to take away today is that I want to learn if I have a fatal flaw and find out what that is and correct that. I've always been the type of person, based on some readings that I've had before, there's a gentleman by the name of John McKnight talks about building communities from the inside out and talks about asset building. So I've always been the type that would think about what I do well and try to go forward on it. But her statement in terms of just knowing that sometimes you have a fatal flaw that prevents you from moving forward was just really powerful, and that's one of the things that I want to find out about myself.
Wow, it's been an amazing 48 hours. From the moment I walked into that museum with the reception, I was humbled and thrilled and excited, and I didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew it was going to be great. It's going to take a lot of reflection to process what I have found, but what I can tell you is that I live in a world where we focus on leadership for girls, and we spend a lot of time on that. But I have been exposed to so many tools and ideas and skill sets and things that I haven't focused on for myself in so long, that what I've picked up is that I need to be the example to the girls, not just focus on what we're training them with leadership. So thank you all for that. I've learned as much from you all as I have from the presenters. And there was a moment in the panel yesterday where we talked about that pivotal moment in your life. You know, do you know it when it happens? And I think there's a spine tingle that goes with it, and you're not quite sure what it is, but you know that you're never going to be the same. And when I was driving home last night, I had that spine tingle. So I look forward to the rest of the journey. Thank you.